Welcome to Competition. First thing we're going to be prepping is a brisket. This is a 12-pound beef brisket, obviously. The thin, flat part is called the flat. The triangle point at this end is called the point. Whenever people talk about flat and point, what you're looking for whenever you do this is nice fat on the top. Kind of at this portion, you're going to trim it down to 1/4 inch. There's hard fat right here. This is what's called the deckle, D-E-C-K-L-E. You're going to want to cut most of this out. A lot of briskets have deckles on both sides. This one doesn't. So, first thing you need is a brisket. Second thing you need is a really sharp knife. Just start slowly taking all the fat off. Not all. You're going to take it down to about 1/4 inch. Have a trash can near you just to get rid of it once you've taken it off. As you're trimming, what you really want is to get down to some soft fat. That's the fat that'll melt down. Because remember, we're cooking this at a really low temperature. Most people cook briskets at about 225, 250 degrees. Really hard fat doesn't render down at that low a temperature. If you want to cause an argument between barbecue guys, ask them the proper way to trim fat. You will get 100 different answers from 50 different barbecue guys, I promise. This fat is really thick and it's really far in there. What some people do is make just a slice and then another triangle and you pull that out, see? And then you can see just how deep it is. So you just want to trim most of that out. Next thing we're gonna do is season it up. So, you've watched the video of my rubs. I'm not gonna talk about that. This is my basic beef rub. It's one that's got the salt, pepper, paprika, all that good stuff in it. Sprinkle it on generously. So you might be asking, is there anything I do different for home briskets than I do for regular briskets? Yes. So at home, you want your friends to eat as much as possible. If you're catering, you want your people to eat as much as possible. At a barbecue competition, your judges get 2, maybe 3 bites. So one thing to remember those bites. This is my fine rub that I use on the pork loin. It's the same ratio as my regular rub, just made out of fine ground sea salt, out of fine ground pepper, paprika, garlic. And I go back in and just re-sprinkle this again. Once you got this done, we're just gonna take it, we put it directly on the pit. We're gonna be cooking this at about 235 because that's where my pit likes to sit. We're at 235. Whenever you're cooking brisket, it needs to be in your most stable part of the smoker. You don't want temperature to fluctuate up and down at all, or as little as possible with a brisket. This is the hardest thing to cook on a smoker. As always, I got 2 of them. If you watch me do this one, I'll probably film and fast forward through the second one. But always remember, burn and learn. See you in a little bit. Our briskets have been on for about 14 hours. So it's time to pull them off. What we're gonna do, we'll pull them off the pit. We're gonna put them in here. Your target temperature is 195 to 203 for an internal temperature, but your real thing is whenever you take a probe and it slides in nice and easy, that's what you're looking for. Once you get to that point, you're good. Do not go past that. If you get it that at 195, don't go all the way to 203. You'll have chopped beef and you'll be sad. Ready?
Don't go. Don't try to pull on it harder. Get up and go.
And whenever you pull them out, they should jiggle a little bit. That means you broke down a lot of that connective tissue and you're good to go. That one's gonna be a special brisket. All right, turn-in for these is at 3:30 today. You'll come back and see us at about 3. We'll slice it up. I'll show you how to make nice slices, how to figure out where your grain is going to get the perfect slice every time. brisket is done. Both these went to about 201, 198, 201, and it got to where I want them. They were good, they were pliable, they got a little bit of wiggle to them. Probe went through nice and easy. Moment of truth. Whenever you're doing competitions or just brisket in general, you need to cut it about 1/4 of an inch thick. That's the thickness of a pencil. So whenever brisket's perfect, it should be able to hold up on its own and not break in half, but easily pull apart. That's what you're looking for. You should be able to hold it up and it doesn't fall apart with just a little bit of pressure. And there you go. Don't know if you'll be able to see it. We press down, nice little juices come out. Maybe press down, they just kind of flow out. I don't wrap, so I've got a nice hard bark. Solid. Help yourself. If you do it like this, you're gonna be good. Try some of my hard work. Awesome. All right. End of the competition. I got turning for this in 10 minutes. Just keep cooking and burn and learn. I love the plate.